going to be the bane of anyone who opposes us.
In 2 weeks,
A new world is coming.
the final 3 episodes begin.
You cannot run from me. Your time is up.
The final season of Gotham continues in 2 weeks on Fox.
How's it going, Gothamites? Welcome to a brand new Gotham trailer breakdown. This is for episode 10 of season 5. Wow, 2 episodes after this one. I am Bane. So obviously this is the episode, as you just saw in the trailer, where, for a lot of you who have been wondering as of late, where has Eduardo Dorrance been? That's because we've had a couple of the new episodes that Gotham received to make it to 100 episodes, the past couple of episodes, but now we're finally resuming that storyline with Theresa Walker, who has taken Eduardo to Hugo Strange, and, you know, gives that line of, you know, you're going to be the bane of all of our enemies, or whatever it was. But anyway, in the oh, what do I have here? In case you haven't noticed, guys, I'm wearing the new BobaTalks hoodie. There's also shirts, there's mugs, but this is Boba Fuel. Don't know if you could even tell that in this photo. Get yourself some of this sweetness at teespring.com/stores/Boba merch. And other than that, guys, subscribe to the channel if you are brand new, and like this video if you do go on to enjoy it, as I really appreciate it. And you Gothamites are killing it. I keep saying this every video, but I guess maybe it's because it helps. I don't know, but you guys are killing it with the like button. But let's dive straight into this breakdown by first going over the synopsis of the episode, which gives us a little bit more context as to what the heck is going on. So on the precipice of Gotham's reunification, Gordon and Bruce find themselves face to face with a newly transformed Eduardo and discover the real mastermind behind the city's current chaos. A pregnant Barbara turns to Lee for help. So judging by that synopsis as well, guys, I think we're going to find out Theresa Walker's true identity, which, as I said, is one of the daughters of the demon. You know, she's the one who's healing Bane. Well, we basically met her a couple of episodes back when she slapped that venomy like oxygen mask on Eduardo, and we see Theresa Walker with pretty much mostly of what we've seen with her already in clips from previous trailers. You know, you're going to be the bane of all of those who oppose us and stuff like that. I find the very first shot of the trailer very interesting because we see Bruce going down the stairs here of this building, and I'm pretty sure it is the same location as where Bane is walking through all of this fire here. Now, this is kind of hard to work out exactly where this is. It could be where Hugo Strange was like fixing Eduardo. I think that's unlikely. Maybe it looks like to be some kind of hospital-like place or location. And I'm not saying it's Arkham. I don't think it's significant to for us to know this right now. But the interesting thing is that, you know, it seems that Bruce, it might be facing off against Bane here as well. And from what we see later on in the trailer with Alfred, I wouldn't be surprised. Itchy eye. I wouldn't be surprised if Alfred went here with Bruce as well, and maybe Gordon to tackle Eduardo Dorrance. And I have to say, and I've said this all along, I still dig this Bane suit. Yes, I know some of you don't, and I like to think that he would have upgraded to more of a normal Bane look in 10 years time or whatever. But, you know, in motion here, it looks like he looks pretty threatening. Maybe it's just because he doesn't look like super traditionalist kind of Bane. Not sure exactly where he is right here. But he does look pretty badass in motion, and we see like Jim with his gun up there, and I'm wondering if he's like looking at Eduardo for the first time. This clip of Barbara just makes me laugh so much. Every time I've watched this trailer in preparation of this video or whatever, it's just that scream. And honestly, I think she might be rushing into like giving birth, because in the promo photos, a couple of that you're seeing on screen right now, we see Barbara in the wheelchair that she's in right here in the trailer, being rushed along by Lee Tompkins. So I don't know what's going on with the time span of Gotham. I know they did 1 month later to get to the wedding. I know maybe there's a bit more time in between episodes than usual because you know, Gotham's only got 12 episodes, so maybe there is like 2-3+ weeks between episodes. I don't know. But if she's giving birth, they would have had to have skipped quite a bit of time, because it feels like not that long ago when Lee and Jim Barbara and Jim kind of hooked up in the GCPD office. But anyway, as it says here, final 3 episodes. Get ready, guys. Well, including this one, obviously. Yeah, this is like the final 3. Now here we see Bane. I guess we could stop calling him Eduardo now. I'm pretty sure he's throwing a soldier there. So I'm guessing the government maybe have sent in some backup, and you know, they're not Eduardo's men like Bird and the other guys he landed in with that squad, you know, provided along with Theresa Walker. Maybe the reunification really is starting to happen or whatever, and he's trying to stop these soldiers from like stopping him, I suppose. But things seem to be going crazy towards the very end of this trailer, because we see like Harvey, Bruce, and Jim probably looking at what, you know, unfolds next in the trailer, and that's like at least what, like three choppers maybe, like flying in and burning the crap out of a sector of Gotham. Now honestly, this is where I'm getting a bit confused, because we see a few soldiers getting blasted by these you know, maybe they're just firing missiles. I'd be very fascinated to know if these are from Theresa Walker herself, or is this the reunification of Gotham happening with the government fighting back against Bane. If that's the case, that just feels very rushed to me, because how would the government really know about Eduardo like coming back as Bane and already want to sort? I don't know. This is why my speculation feels really kind of wrong here, and maybe this is Bane's you know, backup coming in, which would be pretty mad. But here we see that moment where Bane grabs Alfred, and you know, spoiler alert, but we already know this from the actors. They spoke about this at New York Comic Con, I believe, if I remember correctly. Was it New York Comic Con? I think it was. Anyway, that Alfred, you know, obviously the bat usually gets his broken by Bane. Well, they're swapping that storyline for Alfred. Alfred's gonna be fine, we all know that. I kind of think it's kind of pointless, to be honest, if he's just gonna be completely fine, and I don't really know what it would serve at this point into the show, but we see him get picked up by Bane here, and his back slammed into that pole. I mean, holy crap, that must really hurt. But the other interesting thing to note at this point in the trailer as well is we see Theresa Walker herself there with Bruce, just loving, you know, subjecting him to watching Alfred getting his back broken by Bane. I'm guessing at this point in the episode, like, Theresa Walker's like, oh, I'm Nissa Al Ghul, or oh, I'm Talia, or whatever. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be Talia, though. It's going to be interesting to hear her kind of explain her reasoning for being here, her relationship with Ra's al Ghul, and what that possibly means. Like, is she really mega like offended that her father is dead, or is she just here to take over her father's work? We're gonna have to wait and see. So in this trailer as well, we do see Penguin and Nygma like kind of giggling away, and it's kind of confusing. As I said, it looks like they're spying on someone, and it kind of seems interesting because in the promo photos as well, we see that Barbara is getting rushed in by Lee on the wheelchair, but we also see Nygma and Penguin there as well. So maybe they're watching that whole birth unfold, which would be quite a funny bunch of characters tied together for that to like actually happen in the episode at the same time. So that would be pretty interesting to see. In the other promo photos as well, we get a good photo of Theresa Walker. We see Hugo Strange. We all knew this was coming. We'd be seeing the moment where you know, Eduardo becomes Bane with the Indian Hill like substances, I'm guessing, plus Venom. We get some other really cool shots of Bane. As I said, I think what you will of the suit, but I think these shots look pretty cool. But it's very interesting that Jim here is getting shown the lab or whatever it is where Hugo Strange seems to be conducting the work on Bane. I have no idea if this is like a hallucination that Bane is having, because it's really like hard to explain, because we also see Jim Gordon on the table as well with Hugo Strange looking over him. So as I said, this could be all in Bane's mind / Eduardo's mind. If it did happen, it would have to be some really weird, like, you know, they would have to jump back in time to right after the battle, because Jim got quite wounded, if you remember. He actually had some friggin' metal shanked into him. But I just don't see why they would actually go back and explore that with Jim on the table with Hugo Strange there. My mind is telling me that this has to be something to do with what Bane is experiencing when he's like out of it, getting, you know, basically transformed by Hugo Strange into Bane. So, you know, I'd love to know your ideas there, guys, as well, because these are just rough speculations of mine. I would be very surprised if that Jim Gordon thing turns out to be real. Other than that, though, everyone, that is just about everything to this video. There's nothing more for me to really go over, so I'd love to know everything you thought about what I discussed with my opinions today. Did you agree with any of them? Did you disagree with any of them? Or do you just have simply stuff to add on to them? Let's start a real Gotham conversation down in the comments below. But as always, guys, if you got this far in the video, especially if you got this far, remember to click that like button. It really does help out. Check out the links in the description to my merch store, where you can get merch just like this and the Boba Fuel mug, and you can check out my Patreon and you know, other links to Twitter and Instagram and good stuff like that. But that is everything. So thank you so much for watching Gothamites. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.